Hello and welcome, friends. This is our new video series of daily undulating periodization, aka DUP, aka Powerlifting's CrossFit. So in a nutshell, the intro is not going to be this long in future entries. We basically have 4 days of training per week. We have a hypertrophy day, a power day, a strength day, and another hypertrophy day. What all of those entail basically are the main 3 lifts, bench, squat, and deadlift, and with other stuff thrown in. So basically it's just volume, and more volume. This is something that is only recommended for people that are more in an advanced state in their training, and otherwise, yeah, let's see how this goes. So it's Tuesday, and well, I'm not gonna say bench, squats, or deadlift because we have on this day back squat, bench press, pen lay rows, barbell overhead press, and tricep push downs. Today, everything seems to be sectioned at 3 sets of 8 repetitions, and this is on mostly every lift besides the final accessory, which is the tricep push down. Also, for squatting, I'm gonna try, since I'm still pretty fat at the moment, to do as much beltless work as I can, and use the oversized leverages I have available to me until further notice. I think the belt should pretty much be utilized in anything that seems to be like a 90 to 100%, maybe even 80, depending on the volume percent roll. But in this particular case, it's 8 reps at 282, which is very manageable weight. So I just really tried to groove into these rather than focusing on each single squat. As it gets heavier, obviously I would want to make sure that every rep counts. I don't want any doubt. At first set, some of the depth looks questionable, but I mean, from the side for me, my depth always looks questionable just because my quads peak a little high, so it's hard to tell if I hit depth or not. Because when I'm in the hole from that particular angle that you would see, my quads make it look like my legs are parallel instead of me being under parallel. You can see here from the bench how my legs curve up, so looks can be deceiving. So for the bench press, I'm pretty much going with the same theme as last time, where I'm making sure to pause all of my reps. Pause doesn't have to be ridiculously long, but mainly it's just to ensure that I'm maintaining similar technique on every repetition. Consistency is key, I suppose. And I guess while you're doing other types of programs, that's the perfect time to nail down your technique and any other flaws in your lifting before jumping into the next thing that's going to bring all the gains. I don't really know anything about how this is programmed, how it even works. I know that there's a total volume target, and it's basically sprinkles out that load evenly distributed throughout the 4 or 3 days that I would be doing the lifts. Since I've requested to work 4 days at a time, that's how the volume is split up. So essentially, yes, I'm doing the same movements every day. It's not technically, other people would probably consider it overtraining, and I guess you could see it as that, but I guess the guy who came up with DUP explained it best, where he said if you squat and bench every day, if I told you to squat and bench every day, you'd be like, you're fucking crazy, there's no way I could do that. But then if I asked you to squat 5 reps of 135 pounds rather than do like one rep at like 300 or 2 reps at 200 something, basically equally distributing that weight, do you think you could do that? I'm like, yeah, sure, I could squat 5 times or 4 times at 135, no problem. So that's the whole theory behind all of this. And essentially, once you get to a certain point, you realize that there's nothing that's going to make you better at a lift than performing more of that lift. So doing ridiculous variations of a lift, deficits, box pulls, block pulls, rack pulls, benching, board pressing, incline benching, dumbbell bench pressing, etc. None of they may make you stronger, they may put muscle in other places that you want or help you build leverages, but at the end of the day, if you want to get better at bench that you're going to be doing in a competition, they're not going to give you dumbbells, they're not going to let you do it in an incline. I think there's rules on how close and how far apart your hands are, so you know, there's that to think about too. You can't half squat, you can't half deadlift at a meet. You gotta treat everything like a competition lift. So to get better at that, you have to do more of it. So essentially, this is eliminating the bullshit and just loading up on volume. It's like a super advanced bro split, if anything, or just like I said, it's powerlifting's CrossFit, because it's a lot of volume that may not make sense to somebody, that doesn't, have any familiarization with how all the other programs are. Essentially, they all have the same long-term goal to make you stronger, but the whole idea behind this is that it's supposed to get you stronger in a more optimal manner, or at least that's how I understand it's supposed to work. So that's just me rambling on about RPE and DUP and OPP and every other acronym that you can think of regarding my training. Wednesday here is the next day. We're back squatting again. So 4x1 at 305 pounds, that doesn't sound like a big deal, but then the next day it's going to have me squatting again the same weight for, Jesus Christ, for 4 sets of 5. And so that's going to be, 4 sets of 5 for that, and 4 sets of 5 of bench press, 4 sets of 4 on deadlift, 4 sets of 5 on pen lay rows, 4 sets of 5 on overhead press, and then 3 sets of 10 at bicep. And I've noticed that there's a couple of random accessories thrown in here and there, and that's just like supplemental stuff like bicep curls, tricep pushdowns, vertical rows. There's no weight or RPE specified, so as far as I'm concerned at the moment, I'll be treating all of these like the accessories on my previous program where they were done at an 8.5 or a 9, basically just to get work in. I'm not focusing too much of my time worrying about if it's the perfect technique or the perfect lift or supinating my arms while at the top of a curl or anything stupid like that. Really, it's just to keep size or add size to those muscles. And speaking about sizes, this shirt is a size too small for me. I'm fat as fuck right now. I'm sitting around about 212 pounds. As of this morning, I'm 208 or 209 again. And the goal is over the next 16, 18 weeks or whatever weeks it is, by March, I'm going to try to get back down to 180 pounds. So while doing all this volume, I'm going to be cutting weight and getting rid of that nice pork belly you saw there. So that about covers it for part 1. Thank you for watching, and you can read more on my blog at omikronswole.blogspot.com. Thanks again.